Okay, we got Stefan Logan. Clark tells me down in Florida, joystick, the CFL and NFL veteran, joining us today. Hey, Stefan, how you doing, my man?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
Good. Before you came on, I was reading off your splendid Hall of Fame, if I may say, resume here in pro football, and no season in 2020. Are you thinking you're coming back after this? Are you calling it quits? Where's your mindset here right now?
I'm done with football, man. I'm retired, man. Now I'm a family man. You know, only thing I can do now to entertain is entertain my family right now. That's about all I'm doing, and just trying to stay safe and keep the coronavirus. That's about it. But that's all for me.
Well, I'll tell you what. That's breaking news today, Stefan Logan. Have you officially announced your retirement before, or are you doing it right now, today, for the first time?
This will be my first time announcing it. You know, I kind of sat around just to wait and see, what was going to happen. But I knew after 2019, I said I was going to retire after that anyway. So I wasn't looking forward to coming back. Even if somebody called me, that would be a long conversation with me and the wife. But I said after 2019, I was done playing football.
Well, that's sad news, but I'll tell you what, you've got no regrets, and you've been playing ball at a high level for a very long time. Before we look back at your career, can you tell me how your life has been in Florida? Because we get the Canadian news up here. I believe it's somewhat tainted, but I know that it's a COVID hotspot. Have you stayed safe? How are things with the Logan family?
The family is good. I have to be safe because, my wife had breast cancer, so I have to be really safe with her. And, her and the kids. So, we know Miami was a tough spot to live in because of the virus. But at the same time, we've been on top of it. We making sure we got our hand sanitizer. We got our Lysol spray. We do everything around the house just to make sure everybody cool and staying safe. So, other than that, everything, I get a chance to see the kids around the family a little bit. So, it's my first time being, even for some hurricanes and some of the rain that we got, I've always been playing football. So it's been good for me.
Where in Florida are you at, Stefan?
I'm in Miami, Florida. I grew up in Miami. I'm from Miami Gardens, but I stay in Fort Lauderdale now, but I'm from Miami, Florida.
You ever run into Duron Carter in Fort Lauderdale?
No, but I actually talked to him maybe a month ago. I talked to him on the phone. We was texting back and forth. He's doing his rapping career, so he's on to something else. Just like with the CFL not having a season right now, a lot of guys are trying to figure out what they want to do at the next phase of life if this is there at the end. But I don't run into him, but I do talk to him online and text message.
He's one of my all-time favorite guys, Duron Carter, and he's one of the guys. Isn't he something?
Hey, Duron, look, people that don't know Duron, they might look at him and say, he's a hard ASS, and he might give people a hard time. But at the same time, Duron is a very smart, intelligent guy. I really like him as a friend. He's a really good guy. I liked him as a teammate. He was a knucklehead, but I liked him as a teammate. He was a game changer, but he's a really good dude to me.
He might very well be too smart for his own good, but that's a topic for another time. So you guys had some good times together in Montreal, Stefan. I'm putting it out right now. You for the Hall of Fame because of all the wonderful things that you did. And if it was baseball, you'd have to pick a hat to put on to go into the Hall of Fame and be on your plaque. Oh, you're wearing it right now? Oh, you're going in as a Miami Heat?
I got my Miami Heat gear on. I got my Heat gear on. We play against the Lakers tonight. I got my Tyler Hero. So, yeah.
What? Oh, man, that connection. I hope it holds up. By the way, what I was hearing today is that the Heat are ahead of schedule. Did we lose him, Clark? Did we lose him? We still have his audio. Okay. You might want to drop. Yeah. Are the Heat ahead of schedule, by the way? Are they in the NBA Finals too soon? Obviously you're going to take it, but that they're ahead of their program right now, making it all the way to the finals.
Well, you know what? Now, for the Heat to make it to the finals is a surprise to everybody. So we supporting them. Miami is all over it right now. Down there by the stadium and Hialeah, all over Miami, everybody is loving what's going on right now. So just to say that the Heat is in the finals, that's all you can ask for right now because all the other teams are at home.
It is. All right. Well, we'll be watching tonight, and that is exciting. Good for the Heat. Go Heat. I love the Miami area, and I said as soon as this thing's over and travel's open, I'm going down there, probably a little further down to the Keys, man, but I just love it down there. And I'm jealous today of you enjoying your time in Miami and having fun. So back, if you were to go into the Canadian Football Hall of Fame, though, and you had to pick a hat of one of your teams, which one are you wearing?
If I had to pick a hat, you know what? Even though I spent more time in Montreal, I like Montreal. I just didn't like the way things happen at the end. But I actually like BC. So, and then I finished my career in Ottawa. It's hard to say. I would have to go with BC because Wally was the first coach to give me an opportunity to make a name for myself. So I would have to wear BC.
Way back in 2008, and that's a pretty good guy to point out and a mentor to have. By the way, who gave you the nickname Joystick? I never heard that story.
You know what? To be honest with you, it was one of the commentators. You know, I didn't even know until after a game, one of the news reporters came to me after the game, and he said, "Hey, you know, they gave you a nickname," and I was like, "What's the nickname?" He said, "They gave you the nickname Joystick," and I was like, why they call me that? He said, well, because I didn't play video games when I was young. So he said, you know the video game and you had a little joystick, you move around real fast and moving around? I was like, yeah. He said that's how you look when you're playing on the field. So he said that's why they gave you that name, Human Joystick. So I was like, oh, that's pretty neat nickname.
It's awesome. I loved it. And I called the games for almost the entirety of your career. You were the visitor. I was with the Rough Riders, but I always said, here's Joystick. I just loved it. By the way,
yeah.
In your time with the Detroit Lions, 3 seasons, not much has changed since you left and not much changed before you got there. Like, when are they going to figure it out?
Oh, you know, it's funny. I was just having this story with a friend of mine a couple weeks ago. And the only person that's still on that team from when I played was Matthew Stafford. I'm not downplaying him. I think he's a good guy. I think it's time for him to change and look for the team. I need to get a different quarterback in there right now. I mean, I think his time in Detroit is up, and you know, I think he's a good quarterback, but I just don't think it's going to happen with Detroit. So until they make some changes in the right areas, I mean, it starts from the top all the way to the bottom. They always had good players, but they never was able to win the big game. You know, they was never. We made it to the playoffs, and I was there in 2011, and I think they only made it to the playoffs one time since then. So until they make some changes, some significant changes, they're not going to win.
Yeah, obviously a culture problem there in Detroit. By the way, from some of our viewers, Lauren in Kamloops says Stefan Logan will always be remembered as a BC Lion. Jeff, the Stamps fan, says Logan is a top 5 returner in league history. So I'll say this, Joystick, as we let you go. You made your mark in the CFL. You know that. Never, ever going to be forgotten up here. And I thank you for that. I thank you for breaking the news today. And more than anything, I just hope that for prosperous success for you in the future. What's next for you?
Well, I'm actually a coach at University of Lock Haven in Pennsylvania. I'm the running backs coach. So the blessing about playing football for a long time, I was able to come straight out of football and go straight to coaching, which that's something that I wanted to do. I always wanted to give back to the young athletes, the young talent, and just help them along the way. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm a coach at Haven, and I'm in the University of Lock Haven University. Sorry, and it's in Pennsylvania. So that's what I'm doing now.
Well, congratulations and good luck with that. And I want to say all the best to your wife and your family. And don't be a stranger, Stefan. Thanks for everything.
Man, thank you very much. Thanks for having me on, man. Hey, good luck to the CFL this year. Hopefully they get it back going because I know it's still a lot of talent out there and guys that's still playing that's not done with their careers. I hope they get it together, man, for this virus and they get the boys back on the field so they can show off their talent because there's a lot of guys out there I feel like can play some good football.
Don't we all? All right. Thanks, Stefan.
Thank you very much.
Look at this smile on that guy. That's $1 million smile right there.
Oh, yeah.
Stefan Joystick Logan. And I'll say it again. Thank you to Cooper Campbell that football guy in Mississippi for lining that all up.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.